Let's talk Sterling versus Cejudo. With Aljamain and Sterling in this fight, dedication to the game plan is very important, but I love to see a lovely balance of pushing a high pace early, but letting the shots and the takedowns come on their own. With Cejudo being out for so long, the question marks above his head are quite prominent, so I believe hopping out on the front foot early is important for Aljo, because it puts Henry in an uncomfortable position being on the back foot, pushing the rusty lungs of Henry, and making Cejudo come onto his range. When it comes to pressing forward, this is where my point of staying patient comes into play, because Aljo doesn't want to walk onto a takedown or come into the pocket and brawl with Cejudo, so staying patient behind his long-range weapons and utilizing a lot of angle changes and switching to the stances to never be stationary will be key for Aljo. To be honest, I wouldn't be super shocked if the wrestling cancels each other out, and this becomes a little bit more of a striking battle, and even though Henry may have the slight advantage, Aljo does a really nice job of utilizing short counters and shots up the middle on aggressive fighters, so that could loom large in this fight. But ideally for Aljo, the goal is to get the smaller Henry down and look to dominate there, where Henry isn't super comfortable or familiar being on his back, and God help Henry if Aljo gets on his back and secures that checkmate body triangle position. For Cejudo in this fight, like Aljo, his main goal has to be dedication to the game plan because Aljo does his best work early, imposing his game onto his guys, and before it's too late, they're either sleeping or too far gone on the scorecards. So I'm hoping to see more of a Cejudo when he fought Moraes if it comes down to it, where he bit down on the gum shield and came back from behind. Although Henry is a class wrestler and one of the best to ever grace the UFC mat, I have a good feeling Henry's going to try to make this more of a striking match and using his wrestling more defensively and to counter, knowing he most likely has the advantage on the feet and disadvantage in the overall grappling. I believe, again, like Aljo, the forward pressure and keeping his back towards the center of the icon is important in this fight, using feints and angles to keep the fight more in boxing range, where he has the advantage and to minimize the kicks of Aljo, which are probably his best offensive tools. This is truly going to be the battle of the ranges. I believe attacking low on Aljo early could also pay off, especially as the fight goes long, to yield his movement and make it harder for him to play on the jab or shoot for takedowns, but he needs to set those kicks up and not come and blast them like he usually does, because that's when Aljo would catch it and take over. Overall, this is going to be a clash of styles, game plans, and a battle of the ranges, and when it comes to game planning and fighting at their own distance, Henry's the king, so I think this is going to be and new on Saturday. Let me know who you guys are taking in the comments below.